the Lakers.
Rui Hachimura and Luke Kennard. Where will the Lakers be without that duo?
Turnovers starting to mount for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Gilgeous-Alexander starting to catch fire here in the third.
Your playoff life is on the floor. This is abject frustration.
LeBron James doesn't have it going tonight. Reeves doesn't have it going. They find themselves in an 0-3 hole.
So the Thunder are one win away from advancing to the conference finals as their domination over the Lakers continued. They have won all 7 meetings against LA this season by an average margin of more than 25 points a game. As for the series, OKC, they just have so many weapons. Chet, Shea, AJ Mitchell, they're all averaging north of 20 points, and that has pushed the Lakers to the brink of elimination. LeBron James's teams, they've faced a 3-0 deficit 6 times in his career. He's been swept in 3 of those situations. So now welcoming in our senior writer, Dave McMenamin, who covers the Lakers for us, who covered Danny Green, who covered Kendrick Perkins for a time as well. LeBron is facing being swept. It's a situation that he's been in before. You spoke to him about this. What's his mindset going into this game?
So I asked him with the prospect of an elimination game coming up, and you would know that this is maybe the last time this group gets to play together. Do you acknowledge it with one another and let's do what we can because we may never have a moment like this again? And he said, no, we don't talk about that. It's just about approaching the moment at hand. Now, of course, when I asked him that question, I wasn't really just asking about that group. I was asking about his context within that group in particular. This is the first time in his Laker career, 8 years in, we'll be going into a summer without a contract option with the Lakers. Fully unrestricted free agent. Now, earlier in the year, I think one of the options that we were weighing was whether he would play, period. Yeah. I would say all indicators say that he will continue playing NBA basketball.
Right. Sure.
But the question is whether we'll be in Los Angeles. And, you know, if he wants to be able to enjoy life, build his businesses off the court, get in golf every day on an off day in Southern California, obviously his family, and win, all of them are kind of here. I think the winning part's the only part that you have to get answered.
And also potentially how much money it could be worth, right? The contract piece here in Los Angeles, because they don't have the contracts that LeBron James has been used to signing here to offer. You two have both played with LeBron. Having that context, what do you think? Do you think that he is going to return to Los Angeles?
I don't. I think that there's a chance, but I just don't see a world where LeBron James takes a pay cut of what they're going to ask of him to do. And again, I think the winning part might come into, he wants to be here with his family, build his businesses. I expect only one more year after this year. If it's just 1 year, I don't think it matters to him. And if it ends up back in Cleveland, I think he'd be okay with that. And you have a better chance of also coming out of the East with Cleveland. The East is not as strong as the West. Being here with the Lakers, and I just don't see a world where he allows himself to be valued at a discount.
What do you think, Perk?
Well, I know the Lakers have been talking over this past season about turning the page, right? And I know Braun, he's smart enough to weigh all his options. If I'm Braun, I'm not rushing to anything. I don't have my mind made up. And I actually leave this opportunity to return back for the Lakers open, because what's happening is right now, if you're the Lakers and you're sitting up here saying, well, hey, the plan was to build around Luka and Austin Reeves. Okay, Luka, we get it. Austin Reeves, and I get it, he's coming back off an injury, but what he's displayed in these playoffs has been pretty damn bad, to say he's auditioning to be a franchise of one of the most historic franchises in sports, a franchise that's about championships. And so you got to ask yourself, if you're Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, hey, can Austin Reeves be my second option on the championship team? He hasn't showed that this postseason, offensively and defensively. Last game, they were literally headhunting him and picking on him. You can't have two guys that are not good or average defenders as your franchise guys. You could have your top dog is that, but your second option got to be able to defend. And if you're Braun, you're sitting back and you're saying, I'm going to wait to see what kind of moves the Lakers make. I know what a championship team look like. And then all of a sudden, maybe the Lakers make some moves that it look like eye candy, and all of a sudden we get reporting from my boy Dave saying that LeBron James is returning back to Los Angeles.
Well, my boy Perk, I want to tell you this, though. Austin, the context of him as a player is when he has LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the court. I think when you think about him, it's not necessarily just as a number 2 option. Now, I do think that will be the conversation that occurs when it comes to the dollar amount that will be offered. If his representatives can get Chicago or get Brooklyn to offer that full max, then maybe the conversation shifts. But as it stands now, Austin said repeatedly, I hope to finish my career a Laker. So I do think they have some kind of intrinsic buy-in from Austin to begin with, which could give a bit of a discount. Then maybe you also get LeBron to give some sort of a discount if you know that he's coming back. And then there's a further plan to fill out this roster. Because you can't just have Luka, LeBron, and Austin on the court. That wouldn't be enough in this OKC series. You got to have 10, 11 guys who can play and affect a game.
No, I agree. And Dave, listen, I hope every morning and wish every morning that I could lose weight overnight. But it just don't happen that way, right? And so, look, to me, if I'm evaluating the Lakers roster, if I'm Bron, I'm saying to myself, okay, I see the flaws in Austin Reeves. To me, it's 2 guys that have proven themselves to be untouchable. Obviously, one of them is Luka Doncic. The other one, in my opinion, who has made a big impression on me is Marcus Smart. And I'm not looking at his shooting numbers in this series because he has done an outstanding job defensively on guarding SGA, who's arguably the best player in the world. So, again, I'm just asking because we're talking about a tough Western Conference, San Antonio, OKC, Minnesota. All these teams are not going anywhere. Is Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic 2 guys that could be leading the face of your franchise and take you to the promised land?
Well, and I think this is unspooled into a conversation that we could be having tomorrow, right? I think a lot of us here expect that the Oklahoma City Thunder, the way that they've been playing, to take care of business. But these are questions for the Lakers offseason. There's going to be a lot that they're going to have to deal with. But, you know, we'll see how everything shakes out tonight. Yeah. Dave, thank you. We got 2 games, though, happening. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they're trying to even up their series against the Pistons. They've been enjoying that home cooking perk during these playoffs. They're undefeated at home this postseason. They've yet to win a game on the road, actually. They're the 6th team in postseason history, 5-0 at home and 0-5 on the road. They still trail the series 2-1, though, to the Pistons after winning Game 3. So, Danny, Game 4, what is it going to come down to, do you think, tonight?
For me, it's the bigs. I mean, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen have to show up. Of course, everybody keeps talking about James Harden. He has to do this, do that. But those 2 guys, Evan Mobley is supposed to be your second star. He's got to play like your first star. If he continues to be aggressive, rebound, attack the rim like this, block shots, and Jared Allen running the floor and making Jalen Duren work, that eliminates all those issues and a lot of what Tobias has done for them offensively if those 2 guys show up. So I like what the bigs can bring to the table. And at home, they play way better at home than they do on the road. The whole team does. But these 2 guys are the key.
Well, but as Kendrick Perkins, you have reminded us often, you feel that how the bigs play, how Evan Mobley, how Jared Allen show up, it's directly connected in some ways to James Harden, right?
Oh, absolutely. And James Harden has to duplicate what he did in Game 3 and do the same thing. Like, history tells us that he go 1 game and then miss 5. But right here, he get this mismatch with Tobias Harris. Now, look at the spacing. You got Max Strus on that strong side corner, so there's no help there, and he gets to dancing with that rock. And we know how dangerous he is when he gets to going into his bag. Here go again, getting the screen, the switch with Tobias Harris. Now look what they do. They lift Donovan Mitchell up. Now it's James going